now. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Dark Peak campaign. All right. Today we have Sean, aka Lance. Now,
Howdy.
you got where we left off last is they were leaving a wretched town that was ruled by a twisted-minded god. And on their way, traveling as fast as possible with the woman that was supposed to be the wife of Baracus. On top of that, they had a full cooked boar back of their wagon. I don't know where that came from, but they are traveling along the pathway. It's getting night. And they come across a four-way. And nobody can read the sign. What do you want to do, Lance?
I'm gonna write down the sign says, kind of like scribble it down, kind of keep that note in the back pocket before continue on if we can't read it.
All right. Do you want to do a perception check? Do you want to rest? What do you want to do?
You know what? Yeah, we'll do a perception check.
All right, go ahead and
Good
roll.
idea. All right, do you want to roll on D&D Beyond?
You can do either or. I will see every single roll that via D&D Beyond or just regularly. So
Gotcha. That is a 17.
not bad. Lance tree strong. All right, so right at the four-way, you see a few ruined things. Like it looks like there's like a few wagons that are charred, like they were burnt alive. There's also some fun interactive little things as well that you see as well. You kind of see like a interesting kind of kind of like brick kind of looking big brick that kind of looks like a chest but doesn't have the distinct looks of a chest, sitting just in the middle of the four-way. On top of that, in the distance, there's a ruined kind of like stable looking out of stone, and you can kind of see some smoke coming off from the top of it.
I'm going to go balls to the wall. Just head in immediately.
All right. You and the rest of the party members park the wagon off to the side, and you guys make Grandpa kind of sit there and just do everything kind of according to their, just watching it, the wagon, making sure the rings and the map and all that are safe. As you guys are starting to sneak up to the thing, you can hear a little bit of chatter. It sounds like multiple people. The closer you get to it, it sounds like one person is just repetitively talking to themselves constantly, back and forth, like they're doing an imaginative, argumentative thinking session. By the time that you start to hear that it's just one person talking, you're kind of right there within 5 feet of this ruined kind of stable wall. And Bragg decides that he wants to charge in using a rage. So he goes ahead and goes raging in, and as he swings, he ends up smacking into one of the wooden pillars, knocking it over completely on top of himself. And Brack is kind of just laying there. You can't tell if he's lifeless or not, but he is kind of just laying there with this giant pillar just laying on top of him. Long ways, not sideways.
Kind of shout out to him like, "You get there, buddy?"
He makes a few grunts and goes, "Ugh,
Do we get a response?
ugh, I'm okay. Go on, get that guy." And he kind of just relaxes there after
Aye.
trying to push off a big pillar off him, but can't do it.
I guess, yeah, I'm gonna try and go in and see if I can get a hit in.
All right. Do you want to do a perception check? See what you see.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
That is. Oh, that's a nat 20.
All right. Well, you see every little detail that shows how old the building is entirely as you're sneaking around into this ruined stable. You can kind of see that it's roughly around 50, 60 years since it's been burnt. The stone that is left, you can see that the crevices of it looks like if you were to punch it with a really good punch with your elbow or your fist, or even just slammed your shoulder into it, it would most likely collapse. And you're a little surprised on how it doesn't collapse with somebody right above you. As you go over to the staircase, you see kind of like a pillared, kind of like obstacle course to get up to what looks like a newer kind of section. And you piece the pieces together that, whoever is up there probably built a little camp to be able to hide themselves from the rest of the world. I need an acrobatics check.
A. Oh, shit. That's a 6 acrobatic.
All right. Okay, you go ahead and yeah, that's not good, man. That's not good at all. You go ahead and try to do it, and you jump up onto on the first pillar with ease. But the second one, you go to jump off, but you realize that there's a big distance between this one and the second one. And you go to leap halfway through the leap, you realize this, and you get a little skittish and you start waving your legs around. You were going to make it, yet your fear took over and you landed right on your ball sack, straight on this pillar, dealing 3 damage. Don't worry, you'll still be able to have kids, okay, Lance? You'll still be able to have kids. It's just going to be a little hurty for a while. As your metal armor presses against into your ball sack, basically. Creates an extra little to it. And you do scream out pretty loudly about the pain. I need you to roll a perception check, Randall.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
It's all right.
Okay, let me get this going. I didn't realize my character joined already.
Well, yeah, I like to put people into it as fast as possible. So.
I am so sorry.
Oh, don't you apologize.
Okay, really? This is not a good time for my computer. I'm slow. What the heck?
Now, as you are just recovering from this injury to your nether regions, Brack comes running up to you, but he looks like he is in very, very bad shape. He looks like 20 more pillars fell on him. And he started panning towards you and screaming and saying, "This Grandpa, he's dead. Grandpa, what happened? I don't know. I'm scared. Save me." And then he just collapses to the ground, dead. And that was to you, Lance.
I'm running up, seeing if I can like do anything to help him. Is he just dead? Like, is there any
Yeah,
like possible medicine?
he's dead. He is dead, like so dead, deader than a dead doornail.
Well then.
He's deader than a he's deader than a dead body. And I know that sounds weird, but it is the truth.
No, I get it. Oh gosh.
Yes.
I forgot how to do a check, by the way.
So it's going to be your it's going to be strength mod. Are you talking about on D on D on D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
All right. So for that, you're going to go ahead and you're going to go to the campaign itself.
Okay.
And you'll have a choice to roll. And then you're just going to click roll. But you're going, well, technically, you're going to go to your character, and then you're going to tap on your on the proficiency thing. So you'll tap on your perception, which is your wisdom. Do you believe? Okay. Yeah, and then it'll just roll for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I haven't done this in a while. I'm sorry. I appreciate it.
It's fine. Don't worry. I got you. You're my friend.
I feel awkward.
Don't worry. I kind of rolled, so you'll see 2 on the screen, but for anybody who's looking at the game log, but there's only 1 of them, so.
Okay. Okay, we can continue now. Like I said, I apologize for that mix-up there.
Don't apologize. There's no mix-up needed. Anyway, as you guys are all figuring this, like starting to notice things grow brighter from the outside. It's probably about 11 or 12 at night, and it starts to get very bright. Obviously, this concerns you both heavily. You especially, Lance, as the as it is the middle of the night, and Brack is just dead in front of you, and you see something bright, glowing heavily, intensely, growing brighter outside of this ruined stable.
Well, I run outside and check what it is.
All right, as you go outside, you're kind of limping a little bit from, your ball sack being nudged heavily by a wooden pole. Some say you would enjoy it, but nobody says that any day when it's unexpected. You got to work up to that size, right? Anyway, you go outside and there is this mysterious group standing around the wagon with Grandpa's head detached from its body, just watching your wagon burn. They're all cloaked, and there's about 4 or 5 of them standing there, just glowing red eyes, just holding on to his head straight forward. All, at least one hand of each party member is touching it, and they're just immediately, like, you can hear something faint coming from them, but you can't tell what it is. You kind of think it may be an enchantment, but you don't know 100%. But everything is bursting in flames around the wagon. Even the wagon.
I'm gonna rush in and swing at the one closest to me.
All right, well, you go ahead and run about 40 feet, and you go ahead and roll for attack.
That is a 12.
All right, as you swing I'm guessing your longsword at this guy so close, you slash him right in the leg, cutting deep into his leg, not almost completely going through, but not completely. And he breaks and screams out, "Another one's gotten me!" And he kind of like just lets go of Grandpa's head, and then the other 4 look at you and lock eyes with you and kind of just stare intensively at you. Roll initiative.
Is a 6. Damn. I'm rolling hot tonight.
All right. As 2 more people end up going to as one of them drops Grandpa's head out of his hand. He just reaches his hand out and he says, "Collapse." And he ends up just pointing at you and saying "collapse." As he does so, he ends up falling down himself. He ends up just falling onto his knees. He's a little confused on what happened. And the second one goes ahead and turns like right next to him, drops the head, and throws a torch at you. And as he goes to throw the torch, he screams, "Die, you foul being!" But instead catches his friend on fire. Oh, these rolls. I cannot be making up these rolls. But he ends up throwing just short,
Okay.
directly on his friend, just about 4 feet in front of him, catching his friend on fire. It is your turn.
I'm gonna swing for the one that I already hit in the leg. That's gonna be a 17 to hit.
All right. As you pull the sword out and you swing back, where are you aiming at? Well, all right.
Going for the head. Wait, so
Yeah.
17 beats his armor
They're
class?
wearing just robes, cloth robes. His armor class is 11. You swing at his neck, and it hits directly at his neck, completely cutting it through. In his last words, as you're doing this, he goes, "Be cursed, you wicked human." And then his head slides off his neck. Now, farthest away one looks at you and screams, "My brothers! They're dead! You will pay!" And as he goes ahead and he throws a dagger at you. And as he goes to throw the dagger at you, he throws a potion right at the dagger in midair, forgetting that throwing another object at another object deflects the first object, causing this potion to shatter all over this blade, knocking this blade to the ground next to you. And you assume that it is a poisoned blade. Not 100% sure, but it's just sitting there on the ground. Now his buddy in front of him, well, next to him, I mean, is freaking out, screaming at his buddy like, "Remember, dip it first. You just wasted a whole entire potion for no reason. How dare you?" And he slaps him across the face and turns towards you, grabs his spear off the ground, and goes to throw it, but he ends up dropping it as you hear a giant as this giant hand reaches out and crushes his head. And as you look up, you see this dark, tall, kind of like minotaur looking human orc minotaur thing that's just standing there and screams. And he looks up and down and left to right, and he locks eyes with you, nods, grabs the other guy, and drags him away.
When I with my shield, with this shield, and go, I'm gonna assume you're friendly and go back to murdering the rest of these robe dudes.
He just took the last one.
Oh, dang!
Yeah. So what that's
are any still like?
Yeah. As you're just standing there, what's that perception check, Randall?
Let me do that quick.
Gentlemen,
How do I? How do I do it again? What do I click?
So go to the campaign, and then
I know I like my campaign my character.
All right, so there is a dice thing at either the bottom right or bottom left. You click on, but don't worry about that. That's just for regular rolls. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your wisdom and you're going to tap the modifier.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just don't remember how to do this.
Yeah. It's all right.
I feel like I'm just making it awkward for all of us.
You're not making it awkward. You've only played one session prior to this, and that was a few years ago. So
Okay,
do not
let's
worry.
see. I did it. I got a 11.
Plus the modifier.
Plus I got 5 and plus 6.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. So what's going to happen is you go ahead and you notice this giant scream. Obviously, you hear a giant scream, and then you hear this deeper voice. Sounds when the screaming happened, it sounded like a little girl screaming. But when the man screams, and that's kind of but then there was a man yelling and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically, I'm guessing you want to rush out to see what the commotion is.
Yeah, that's what my plan was to do.
All right, so you rush out.
Commotion, I plan to run out.
You run down. You do these pillars easily, and you just see this dead body, and you can only assume by the looks of this human, this orc, that this must have been the deeper voiced human. And as you run outside, you see this wagon just recently caught on fire, and this creature you've been investigating and hunting because you were there just a few days prior, healing multiple people who said they were attacked by this giant being. Grab this head and crush a robed human who was holding on to this other person's head, while there's this human with a giant long sword just dripping of blood just standing there, and pulls out his shield and nods and turns around, and he gets into the wagon, but then he notices you, and he hops off and he grabs his shield and his sword. He looks you dead in the face and goes, "Are you friendly?" As he locks eyes with you.
Yes.
Why such a long pause? Seems like maybe you're trying too hard to befriend me. See, something off about you. What's your name?
Randall.
What do you do, Randall?
I am mostly just a man venturing through this world, seeing different places, helping people in need, finding, exploring, stuff like that.
You think just because you do that, you can be with the awesome Lance? I fought a god, and I betrayed orders of the king. And I'm from a foreign realm. He puffs out his chest a little bit, and then he just relaxes and says, "If you want to ride somewhere, just hop on." He turns around and hops onto onto the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing you hop onto the wagon. All right, you hop on. He asks you, "So where are you heading?"
What's the name of that town under the mountain?
Nelvan.
What?
That's
Nelvan.
where we're heading to.
I'm heading to Nelvan.
Well, there's so we kind of funny story. As he starts to go off, he explains that how they stole this map, this glowing page, and this 2 boxes of rings. That they had to attune to and find out their worst fear and their about from their inner selves to gain access to the rings. But every time, but that's not 100% mattered. What more mattered was what was on the map. And each time someone attuned to the ring, a set of ring, something to these 2 rings that they've been using all the time, that made them look good and better, but also it made them look into the mirror and all this stuff. They basically shows what they fear, that they see themselves as, and something, once someone fully attuned to it and found something out, it shows a certain thing on the map, a certain location. They found out that it goes to Nelvan as the starting point of where the map needs us to go. He also said that King Beltran is evil and that he came here from District 11, well, not District 11, Region 11 to investigate Region 12, the Dark Peak, and figure out the status of this region. And doing so, he's been wrapped into this party, this group of people who have to stop this king. Before it's... He says that the whole entire purpose is that we're going to have to kill King Beltran, or else this realm is going to die.
That's a interesting story that
Yeah.
That Randall's.
And then a little kid pops up.
Sorry, I'm not used to this.
Little kid pops out from behind you and goes, "Hey there, how are you?" And you both frantic around, kind of like flailing, like, "What the fuck?" He says, "Hi,
Whoa, what is that?
I'm little Drana. Yeah, you can call me Drana or Dran or Wan or wham. I don't care. All I have to say though is one thing and one thing only. You guys are cute together. Are you guys married?" And then Lance gets all standoff and says, No, we're not married."
No. No, we are not married, little one.
Then who are you and who is he? And why are you on my wagon?
Your wagon.
Well, yeah, I found
I
this
didn't
just
know
a
this
few
belonged
minutes
to
ago.
you.
I just found this a few minutes ago and laid down into it. Nice little pillow, this dead body. Picks up this old ragged body of the body that you just saw out there before you guys left. That of the cloaked person holding on to the head of. It's like, yeah, it's nice and warm. Well, I mean, it was, and now it's cold. It used to be soft, now it's hard. And yeah, and anyway, there's some chats I've been going through. I put all these rings on and they look cool. I mean, one of them turned my hands into a sharp object. Was a little worried about that one, so I just took that one off and put it back. Anyway, what's this crown do? This is an awesome crown. Anyway, Training Randy here. I'm going to go back to sleep. He takes off all the rings and puts them back, and he lays down. And Lance goes, "I am not a babysitter."
Well, it's like we have a kid with us now.
Well,
That's what Randall says.
he goes, well, I don't know about that. I don't even know where he came from. But as soon as we get to the nearest town, I say we ditch him. And the little kid hears and goes, hey, you can't ditch me. My parents just got killed. You killed them. And as he says this, Lance goes, well, you had terrible, terrible parents. They deserve to die. They killed my friend. It's a friend, to be more precise.
Randall is kind of just standing here, just surprised by the situation, is how I want to put it, with the news of both parties.
As you guys are just continuous riding, you probably got like maybe 5 hours before the whole entire day becomes good or whatever. As that happens, 2 more cloaked figures show up ahead. They look a little different, but they're just standing in the middle of the road with a box appearing in the center of the intersection with a 4-way, if you will. Just standing there.
Mhm.
They're both just standing on either side of this brick-looking box. And Lance starts to slow down, and he yells, "What do you want? Let us through. We have missions to go through." And then one of the guys stands up and goes, "I don't think so. I hear the king has a pretty penny on your head. And whoever you are, I'm guessing you're one of the party members. The group of people that stole the rings. Anyway, Lance Treestrong, you need to come with us now. The king is awaiting for you in the castle." The little kid stands up, goes, "He's not going anywhere. Here's my father." And the guy goes, "What? He's a whoa? I'm confused. What did that kid say?" And Lance just puts his hand against his forehead and goes, "Sit down and be quiet, kid." And he gets up and he stands off, and he goes ahead and walks up and stands directly face to face with the one that was talking, locks eyes with him and goes, "You know what I did to the last cloaked people? I killed them. Don't be another cloaked person that dies today." And he walks back slowly, turns around, and continues walking as this guy is just super frightened, just standing there going, "Mommy?" kind of thing. And the other guy is just standing there like, "You don't frighten me." And Lance nudges you and says, "It's your turn."
When this is going on, Randall decides to get the kid to a safe area, like near the wagon while this is happening.
All right, so you get him out of the wagon and you get into a safe area. What's next? What are you gonna do next?
I'm gonna tell him to stay there, and I'm gonna get back to Lance and see if he needs any help.
He looks at you into the eyes and goes, "Well, let me just tell you this. You don't need to protect me. I killed many people in my days. I even went off against that big monster that killed my uncle."
That's pretty impressive for being. How old are you? Like 8?
Ah, no, no. I'm 4 years old.
Oh, I was very off on that one. You look older than I thought you were.
I look older. How dare you? I'm a young human being. And then he slaps you across the face, and you just feel this soft hand graze your chin. Anyway, I guess I'll stay put, but I'm pretty sure I could kill them before you guys even had a chance to.
Okay, if we need your help, I'll holler, but for now, stay here to where you're safe, okay?
You're not my dad.
Well, you made it sound like we were your dads for a second, so for now you are, okay?
All right. And he scoffs and flips you off while you're walking away. And he just goes, I'm doing this because I think it's not safe, not because you told me to. And as you walk away, as he gets quiet, the cloaked people, one of them unmasks himself. It's the one that wasn't frightened and it was on the right side of the box. He goes ahead and says, please, let's. And whoever you are, please just come with us. Because we have orders to kill if you refuse. Done a lot of killing today. After all, you killed my dad, you killed my mother, you killed my father. You even killed my uncle, and you killed most of my brothers and my brothers in arms within weeks of being gone. Within the last 2 weeks of we chasing you guys down. It's just been hectic for me. I wasn't even supposed to work today. Supposed to relax with my kids, and instead you go ahead and chop off my father's head last night. Doing so made me have to come after you. And he pinches his nostril, like his bridge of his nose, and goes, can we just please figure something out? I'm pretty sure he won't kill you if you give him back the rings. And the map and the crown and the jewelry and the shiny sword and shield that you have, and the chest full of just other swords and shields and all that stuff, and the gold that you stole from the ruined castle of Fevermore. Please, just come with us. We could probably get a good spot in the army too. If you're not deported, Lance. If you're not deported.
Randall asks Lance what he wants to do in the situation.
He
Yeah, I'll go grab the kid. Might as well. Randall heads back to grab the kid. Mm-hmm. I didn't see the opportunity to. I just didn't feel like I had to, I suppose. I have strengths in other things than just fighting, you know? Mm, Well, sorry. Blah, blah. I'll check it out. That does not bother me. It's not bother Randall. There we go. Sorry.
Look at it. Do you touch it and open it, or?
I'll take like a good look at it first to see like anything like out of the ordinary or like more
Yeah.
about it.
All right, so you take a look at it, and it looks like a crate. Just you can definitely see something on the inside of it, but you can't really tell what. But you can obviously
Mhm.
tell there's a little latch that can flip open. It looks like a trunk slash crate, like a really poorly made trunk out of pallet wood, out
Mhm.
of pallets. Do you want to open it now, or do you want to just leave it there, or pick it up and put it in, and or what?
Mm. Let's open it. Why not?
All right.
See what's in it.
Okay, you go ahead and open it, and you see these giant teeth emerge and bite at your hand. You pull back just in time, though, and you kind of, and it just like tries to hop and hop and hop towards you and try to bite you constantly.
Mhm.
What do you do?
I'll fight it.
You'll fight the mimic. Okay, okay, okay. What weapons do you have? What weapons do you
I
possess?
I know I have like a battle axe. I'm trying to get to this real quick. I'm sorry. I haven't used this website before. I originally did this on my phone, believe it or not. There we go. I'll use my warhammer against it.
All right. Okay, so roll initiative. So roll d20.
Okay.
Yep.
Just a regular one, right? Got 12. I got a 12. I don't know if you heard me or not. I'm sorry.
Oh, I heard you. Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna go first then. Well, the mimic's gonna go first. He goes ahead and
Okay.
sprints towards you. You're not that far away, so he gets there pretty fast. And he leaps.
Mhm.
What is your AC?
Armor class? It's 13.
All right, he leaps towards you and grabs onto your shoulder heavily. And he deals. Eight damage to you.
Excuse me. Sorry. Okay.
You like them? You like apples? Doing so, he grapples to you. Obviously,
Yeah, I figured. Sorry.
he grapples to you, and
Um,
he's just attached to your arm, sitting there. It is now your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Coming up with a strategy right here. Let's see.
And as you are just standing there, Lance rushes in and jumps on top of the mimic, forgetting that it is attached to you, and smacks it heavily with its shield, ripping your arm halfway off, and now you have your left arm is cut off at the elbow.
Ow.
The mimic's dead though.
I'm really good. Yes. Randall starts grunting. Ugh, that hurt my arm.
Lance picks up your arm and just shoves it on the bone and says, "You'll be fine."
I hope so, says Randall.
You take 2 damage each 2 minutes starting now. So
Okay.
unless you heal and mend the wound right now,
Mhm.
then yeah, it's up to you. But you
Yeah.
will not have an arm. Your left arm is stuck at being gone at the elbow.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you get disability
Like,
discounts,
would my
right?
basic cure wounds. I'm about to say, like, would my base healing abilities even help this at this point?
Well, there are some healing work, but I don't know. Is it? Hold on, let me see what spells you
I'm
get. Bliss
looking
and
at my
Cure Wounds. I think
abilities.
Cure Wounds. I think Cure Wounds would be the best one to do. As Cure Wounds, you'd be able to, Cure Wounds, you would be able to heal your body with. So,
Yeah. Well, I'll use that in an attempt to try to recover my arm.
it will not be able to recover your arm, but it will be able to heal like the nub of the elbow.
We'll do that
All
anyway.
right. So you end up healing.
in like as kind of like a quick try, if that makes sense. I don't know what word I'm looking for right now. As a attempt, just in hopes, I guess, is how he feels trying to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. Well, you and you get 2d8. So roll 2d8s plus 8 hit points. So for your healing factor. So basically, it heals the whole entire thing completely, and you go to complete level of health. You're back to full health.
Okay, so I don't. What am I supposed to roll again?
Oh, you're not supposed to roll anything. You just heal and.
Oh, I misunderstood. My bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
do not worry. And as you heal your inner wounds, you look at your arm as the arm your forearm and hand just falls to the ground, limp, pale, and it then turns to dust.
Mm-hmm.
As your nub is fully healed, and you feel very much better. You're a little angry about the fact that Lance just ripped it off, As you heard, he just rushes into things, so he ran up, didn't think, jumped, smack, and landed straight on your arm, ripping the arm off. So,
yeah,
do apologize. Either way, between the turns of the mimic and you, he was going to jump through and just dead smack this mimic.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to kill him, the mimic, until after he got rolled a nat 20. But he rolled a nat 20, so it's not really anything I could have done.
That's what makes these interesting.
Yeah. It does make it interesting. So now I forgot how low my couch is. I went to go sit down and instead I fell. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I just gotta adjust my microphone a little bit. But all right, there we go. Just gotta adjust the upper piece down a little bit. There we go. There we go. That sounds better, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. So basically, yeah, you end up just hopping back onto the wagon, and you guys start marching while riding on this point where you guys are supposed to meet. What the flip was that? Did I leave or what happened? I don't know. I just heard. Like I heard Discord noises.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Everything's fine on my end.
Yeah, same on mine. That was weird. Anyway, you guys start to march. Well, not march, ride on your wagon. As the wagon is falling apart from the fire, but you guys were able to put the fire out just in time to be able to have somewhat of a wagon. And as you guys march off toward you kind of doze off, and when you wake up, you can kind of see the town. Tranwan is just sitting up front where you were sitting last night and screamed out at you, "Hey, look, den number 2, we're almost there. See, there it is, the wall. And there's the Mount Wall. That's a big mountain. I've never been this close to the Dark Peak. Holy shit." Lance looks at the kid and goes, "Didn't you say you were 4? Well, I may be 4, but I'm very mature for my age. Anyway, I like trains." And Lance just shakes his head and goes, "Whatever. I'm going to drop you off here and leave you alone to die if I can't find your parents here anyway." And as that happens, we're going to end the session there now, just to add mysterious effect. It also would be a lot better while you guys in the town if we wait for Lance and Clive to show up as well. But now, Lance doesn't know this, but he has a kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I apologize for my roleplay, and I know it's not good. I'm not used to this.
I don't know what you're talking about. Your role playing was good, you know. It was good. It was good. I would say that it was better than a lot. I had one player once that who his role playing was so bad that he decided to drop out himself because he didn't feel like he could match the energy of the rest of the party. So
I'm sure if I do it more, I'll get better at it. It's just
yeah.
I have performer's anxiety, so when it comes to stuff like this, I kind of crumble a little bit, but I'll get used to it more we play.
That's 100% fine. Now it's time for our goodbye messages. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Dark Peak, where today we introduced Randall and, of course, Tranwan, where Tranwan is now going to be figured out whether or not Lance leaves him dust in the town of Naval or takes on the responsibility of a parent that of being a parent that he never wanted to be, while these adventures get tougher. Now stay tuned to see what happens next week or the week after, depending on what my players decide to cancel or not. I know at least one of my players will join, but I don't know what about the rest. We will figure that out at a later date. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Always stay awesome, because that is awesome. Don't forget to take a look at the merch, and the Dark Peak merch will be having a new drop next week on Friday. Adios.